Greetings Indigo Earth, this is Bhagya Shalini and today we are going to continue our topic on awakening. We've already discussed what awakening is and how do we go about this awakening. People think it's a very difficult process, but we have to understand that nothing is difficult. We are beings of free will. We are beings born with this kosha, free will kosha. So what is this free will kosha when we talk about beings born with the free will kosha? Free will is our intention to willfully accept, receive or give. So whatever we do willfully generally is what happens. We willfully decide that we are going to walk on a certain path. We willfully decide that we are going to come into awakening, or we are going to try to find this true self within us. And we willfully decide on what our lifestyle should be. We willfully decide what we should be eating. So it is very important to understand that we willfully do everything. We are beings born with the free will kosha. How does this free will help in awakening? Once we are in awareness of being the soul self, so we understand that the soul self is one with the source or the almighty or the universe. It is in unity consciousness, and but we again find things that are not very godly in us. We start slowly realizing or coming into awareness that the life we are living is not a true life. We are living a life that is being decided by others. How is it being decided by others? We've already discussed that we generally bank on information that is coming from outside. First, it is our family. Our family creates an awareness for us. It is not awareness, but it is the ego self-awareness. So, it is this, family that decides I am beautiful, I'm ugly, I'm tall, I'm short, I'm fat, I'm thin, I'm capable, I'm incapable, I'm sick, I'm healthy. So this is how the family influences. Then we move a little more further and we get into a little more, say, the society or our school or our educational institutions, and then workplaces. So these are all which define us, define the I, define the me, define the myself. And we all, when we talk about God or we talk about the soul, we are like, we really do not relate to it. We try looking for God outside. We try going to temples, churches, or we feel that in one small charitable act we've really kind of done something so big that God's going to come and give us a medal. See, it is good to do charitable acts because it gives us peace, it gives us joy. We feel this immense love within us. But beyond this, we have to understand that charity begins from home, or charity begins within. So we have to be very charitable to ourselves. We have to really be in that love, joy and peace all the time. That is godliness. The reason why we dissociate with God within us is because we are in suffering, we are in pain, we are angry, we are stressed, we are out of flow. And that is the reason we really don't think that God can be within us. And we are scared to search because it might just be a wasteful exercise. It is not a wasteful exercise. We all are blessed with the free will kosha, and we are going to keep on repeating this word free will kosha so that we understand better that coming into awakening or being in awareness of the soul self or being the soul self is very simple. When we start believing, see, we have to understand free will is believing. We willfully believe in things, only things which really are very important to us, which are very important to the I, which are very important to me, which are very important to myself. So, and the ego self knows the minute we start being the soul self, the ego self will have no space in our life. So that is the reason we are so dissociated with the soul self. So once we start going within and using this free will to really have an intention of being the soul self, we start experiencing being the soul self. Because we have to understand that believing is to be living, or be living of what you're believing. Once we understand that all we have to do is be living or believing, it is our choice which we want to pick first. Believing that God is within us, or be living as we are God's own children. We are God's favorite child. God is within us. He's holding on to us. We do that in dire straits. When we have no other possibility left, we start believing that there is God and He is going to get us out of this situation. We have to make this a practice, a regular way of living. And this is where meditation helps, because once we start chanting, we start getting into the practice, we start saying that God is within us, or what we call Aham Brahma Asmi. I am Brahma. Brahm is consciousness, unity consciousness. So we have to understand that when we start coming into awakening, we start with a small seed. If we water that seed, and trust that it will bloom into a tree or a plant, or it will bloom, so it will happen. Free will kosha will. It will happen. It is our prerogative what we want, what we decide, or what exactly is what we want to be living, or what we want to be believing. So let's inculcate this practice of either be living or believing, and we'll continue again with some more videos on awakening. Thank you so much.